I learned very early in life that without a song, the day would never end. Without a song, a man ain't got a friend. Without a song, the road would never bend. Without a song. So I'll keep singing a song.
Hello, and welcome to my brand new YouTube channel, Sincerely Elvis Presley. I'm Sean, I live in Lincolnshire in the UK, and I've been an Elvis fan since 1974, when I heard the Arcade 40 Greatest Hits on cassette, and I was completely hooked from then on. You might be asking yourself, do we need another YouTube Elvis channel? Aren't there plenty out there? And you'd be right, there are plenty out there. There's some really great channels out there and some fantastic content to be had. But I think of the vast amount of Elvis product that's been released over the last nearly 60 years, there's still quite a lot that hasn't been featured by anyone in any way. And it can be quite frustrating if you're thinking of making a purchase, particularly a substantial one, and you can't find anything on the thing that you want to invest in. Yeah, you can find online reviews, you can always find online reviews, but I don't think that's the same as actually seeing the thing that you're interested in and maybe seeing someone walk you through the good points, the bad points, etc., etc. So I mentioned this to my wife on a number of occasions, and she kind of said, well, why don't you have a bash at bridging that gap then, if you think there's a gap? And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I couldn't think of any good reason not to, so here I am. You know, I may end up talking to myself, and maybe absolutely nobody out there is going to watch, but I thought I'd give it a whirl. I've had 3 different Elvis collections over the years. The first collection I built up from 74 through to around about 82, and that was primarily vinyl albums, which I'd get with pocket money and for birthdays, Christmases, that kind of thing. And I think, you know, by 82 I had probably around 60 to 70 albums. I had several books, but there weren't really that many books published, certainly not during Elvis's lifetime, and there wasn't really that much of any substance in the sort of immediate aftermath of his passing. But anyway, 1982 stroke 83, I decided there was something really important I needed. No idea what it was. That's been lost in the mists of times, and it almost certainly wasn't as important as I thought it was at the time, but I ended up selling that collection. And I picked up collecting again probably about 98, and that lasted through to about 2010. That time I was focusing mainly on books, CDs, general memorabilia. I had a few Vegas items, etc., etc. But history repeated itself, and I ended up selling that collection too. I do know what that was for. That was to fund the purchase of a motorcycle. So, knowing Elvis's love of bikes, I kind of hope he'd have approved of that one. My current collection, which I'm going to take you for a little walk around in a moment, and which I've got no intention of selling this time around, has been building since 2020, when COVID hit, and I began working from home 5 days a week. I thought to myself, if I'm going to surround myself with these 4 walls every single day of the week, then these 4 walls are going to be full of the kind of things I wished I hadn't let go of in the first place. And that's exactly what I've done. This time around, I've focused again on books, CDs, memorabilia, and the odd bit of vinyl has begun to creep back in again recently as well. Anyway, without further ado, let me show you my precious things. So, there you have it. If there is anybody out there watching and you did see anything you like the look of and anything that maybe you'd like to see in more detail, then please do let me know in the comments. And if you do like the sound of what it is I'm planning to do, then maybe you consider giving this video a like and maybe even consider subscribing. That'd be much appreciated. At least I know then that there's somebody out there. For my first proper upload, I'm going to be taking a look at what I consider to be the finest 3-book set ever released on Elvis. It really is an absolute cracker. And as far as I know, there's nobody on YouTube that's done any kind of feature on this set. So it'd be great if you could join me back for then. Until then, take care.
We'll meet you again. God bless you. Adios.